Okay, I'm sorry. I know this might come across as braggy to show this kind of stuff off. That's not my intention at all. Okay, if you don't want to see it, click off. You don't have to watch this one. The point of me sharing some of my royalty statements with you guys is to do two things. One, to hopefully teach you something and just reveal to you what realistically might be coming in your future. Now, again, no guarantees. You might do way better than what I'm doing here. You may not get anywhere near what I'm doing here. A lot of this is out of our control, as we've talked about many times. Okay, so I hope you guys are just seeing realistically what it's going to look like potentially for you, or at least what I can show you. This is what I see on my end. Secondly, I want to let you guys know that what I have been teaching you over these many years on this channel works. Okay, so you should be expecting me to show you some results to let you know that if you're going to follow my advice and decide to follow in my footsteps in one way or another for, all of your career or a portion of your career, I want you guys to see that what I do actually does get results. So I can kind of show you the proof in the pudding here. Okay. So this is a little page from the last BMI statement. And I know BMI was just sold. I'll have a different video talking about that. I have actually been seeing really healthy numbers with my royalties with BMI. I know some people have not been. We'll get into all those issues another day. That's not what this video is about. But I want to show you guys something kind of cool here. So this is part of my international placements and the statement that I get. If you're not aware, when you get your BMI statements, everything comes in one. Your domestic U.S. placements and your international ones. ASCAP splits them off into two different statements on two different dates. BMI just combines them all into one, okay? So as you can see, basically on the left side here, these are the track titles. They have a work number associated with them, and then just the source. Where was it placed? Was it radio, television, various? I don't know what that means. And the radio, of course, okay? And then the amount that your royalty was paid to you. And nothing else is offered to you. So first of all, I want you guys to know that when you get international royalties, especially if you're in the US, this is about all the detail you're going to get. Are these numbers accurate? No idea. I have never called up BMI to audit anything or to ask them to justify these numbers. I've just always assumed this is the numbers I'm getting. Somebody is talking in the background. Somebody's communicating that there's some royalties owed from all these international PROs. This is from Germany. So I'm just assuming that these are correct. Are they? Probably not. There's a lot of human beings involved with getting these royalties to you. But just so you know, details are very sparse when it comes to international placements. Domestic ones in the US, you'll know the network, you'll know how many times it aired, you'll know what type of placement it was, how long the placement was. A lot more details are shared, not for international, okay? Secondly, as you can see, there's a crazy range here. We have something all the way down from 1 penny right here to over $2,500. Now, what's cool about this track, Suck It Up, I'll actually play this track for you guys here in just a minute. I played it previously. This is actually kind of a follow-up to a previous video. This same track in Germany last quarter earned me $2,800. So I went down a couple $100, but still I'm over $5,000 on this one track in Germany. Doing something on TV, no clue. Don't know what show, don't know how long, don't know anything about it. But I'm very thankful for Germany. I'm actually half German for those of you that didn't know that. So I always feel like this is kind of cool. Germany, I think, has been one of the most generous and profitable countries I've had my music actually distributed in for the TV and film world. So that's kind of cool. Just a coincidence, though. I have really no direct connections to the country or anything going on over there. But this is kind of cool, but it's also very mysterious as to why this one is $2,500 and this one is a penny. And as you can see, I actually went through and counted these up. They have a couple, $9, $18, $26, $12, that kind of thing. But 19 out of the 28 placements you'll see on this side are actually under $1. So the next thing I want you guys to realize that as you're getting started with your sync licensing careers, your first couple of statements might only show these 19 placements, right? You might only be seeing 82 cents, $1.32, 76 cents. Maybe you'll creep over $1 or $2 here or there, but a lot of producers, especially in the early ages, my first placement was 14 cents. My entire statement was 14 cents. It wasn't even enough for them to pay me out. Just know that that is the normal part of this business, that a large number of your placements will be under $1. They'll be in the pennies. They'll be literally less than 10 cents, okay? So you don't really know which one of your tracks are going to be the home runs that actually knock it out of the park for you to get these $2,500 placements. This is very rare. This is not, you're not going to see this all over my PRO statement. Okay, I'm not going to show you guys my entire statement, but this is not common. In fact, this is obviously my second highest paid royalty, like single placement ever in my career. The last one was the last time this track got placed in Germany for $2,800. So this is my second highest, okay? So these are extremely rare, but you can obviously get these kind of home run hits in your career, but you don't know which track it's going to be. You can't really plan for it. You have no idea which one's going to be coming. That's why what I've been coaching you guys to do for many years now, especially if you're new to the channel, is there's a little bit of a numbers game that has to be followed with this, because you can't think that, well, I'm going to put together the highest 10 tracks, the highest quality 10 tracks ever a year, and then kind of just hope that those 10 tracks become these home run hits, and then I'll work on another 10 tracks the next year. That kind of a slow pace it's definitely something to get started with. I wouldn't tell anybody to not do that if that's as fast as you can go right now. But those 10 tracks might be landing you, tops $18, $6. And so you're going like, well, I'm putting all this effort into it, and none of my placements are even cracking $20. What gives? Why should I keep doing this kind of thing? Well, I had no idea that this one track, which is not one of my best tracks I've ever put together, again, I'm going to play it for you here in just a second. I would never guess that that's the one that's going to be my home run. That would be literally my top earning single track placement in my career. Would never guess it. I'm going to play it for you here right now so you can check it out. And the other crazy thing about this, really cool part about this, is this track was composed, as you can see, I have the original file here, back in 2014, so almost 10 years. This is a 9-year-old track that is now still getting me brand new, fresh placements. That's part of the passive income earning potential of this business, where stuff that you worked on a decade ago can still be relevant in earning you new placements. So let me go ahead and just click play on just the first maybe 20, 30 seconds of this track so you can hear. Again, not my best one, not the one I'm the most proud of, but it was definitely one that I finished. I got done. It is licensable. It is good enough to be included with the album that it was a part of. But this is the home run track for me so far. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can break this barrier and get up over 3,000 for one of my placements. We'll see. But you just never know in this business. Let's take a listen. This one, here we go. So got a good groove to it. It's got great heart. I like the riffs. Obviously, I'm proud of those aspects of it, but it's not the most fancy, produced, intense, high quality thing. It's kind of got this hip hop swagger, rock sort of appeal to it. It's just kind of an average, to me, one of my tracks that I've put out over my career, but it was the right one for these kind of opportunities. Okay. So that's why it's really important also to not get so emotionally married and attached to your music, because you really just don't know what's going to really pop off and do great. And again, if this is where if I had that track completed and I was like, well, it's not my favorite thing ever, it's not perfect, it's not amazing, I'm not super, super, super excited about it, so I'm not going to release it. Well, then guess what I'm leaving on the table? Quite a bit of money, quite a bit of royalties, right? So letting go of tracks being perfect or the best thing you've ever done or the most professional X, Y, or Z, and focusing more on, is it licensable? Is it going to fit the brief? Is it good enough to fit on this album that I need to get into this library? Not every track you're going to compose, I'm sorry, is going to be your favorite. It's just not possible, okay? Now, this track is becoming one of my favorite ones, obviously, because it's actually performing very, very well for me. So with all of these lessons learned, I hope you take something valuable from this video, and that you can see a little more realistically what's in front of you with the potential ranges. Again, with your first couple of statements, if you see a lot of placements under $1, don't be immediately disheartened that nothing's working. You might just be seeing the 19 placements, and you're still waiting for the last, 10 or 11 to get to be over, $20, $50, maybe into the thousands of dollars, okay? Because you just really never know. The only way, I can tell you this for sure, the only guarantee I can give you, the only way you'll see anything like this, or maybe even bigger than this, is by consistently showing up. And thank God I kept on showing up with this track, Suck It Up, because it really did pay off in the long run. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys found this helpful.